name is José Bono, and as Associate Director of Education at the Ingram School of Nursing, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to our annual Nursing Professionalism Ceremony. Now in its 9th year, this ceremony is a rite of passage, and like all rites, it is that much more meaningful when it is shared. We are delighted to welcome over 300 BSCN, BNI, and qualifying year master students who are with us today in person. I also want to give a special shout out to our BNI online students who are joining us today through the wonders of live stream technology. I would like to begin with acknowledging and thanking the diverse Indigenous peoples for the land and its resources on which I currently live and work. McGill is situated on the traditional unceded lands of the Kanien'kehá:ka, which has long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst Indigenous peoples, including the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe nations. My entire life, I have lived on and privileged from unceded territories in both Quebec and Ontario. And unfortunately, growing up, I could not appreciate what this truly meant. It is troubling to think that my ancestors were responsible for taking these lands away from their rightful occupants and land stewards, the Indigenous peoples. With this understanding, I hope to support Indigenous sovereignty and continue to learn and unlearn with the colonial systems that I am part of. To our students, thank you for choosing nursing and for selecting McGill University from the many competing nursing programs and universities across Canada and around the world. We are grateful for the trust you have placed in us and confident that you will be a tremendous asset to our healthcare system. Now for a few housekeeping details. On your seats, you will find a package that includes the program for this afternoon's proceedings, as well as a small envelope containing the name tags you will be wearing during your clinical rotations. Please hang on to these for now, as you will need them a bit later on. This ceremony takes place at a busy time of year as you meet your teachers, get to know your classmates, familiarize yourselves with the sprawlings of the McGill campus, and adjust to the structured pace of a new school year. All of us at the Ingram School of Nursing are rooting for you and are working hard to give you the foundation you need to thrive in your career as future nurses. We are also in the midst of Indigenous Awareness Week, a time to reflect on Indigenous history and the relationships we wish to create with the peoples whose ties to this land go back for centuries. I would like to call upon Rob Spade, Ojibwe, artist and educator, Indigenous Cultural Advisor in McGill's Office of the Provost and Vice Principal's Academic, who will provide an Indigenous opening to our ceremony today. Rob will be followed by José Lavallée, a Red River Métis woman from Treaty 1, and the inaugural director of the Office of Social Accountability in Nursing, who will lead us in a commemoration of the 3rd anniversary of the death of Joyce Echaquan.
So I'm going to go first. Talche Kiawao, José Lavallée de Chinakashin. Ma famille Kayash Oshe, Saint Boniface, Saint Vital, Egwa Bisat. Oshe Winnipeg Nia, Maga Jokjage Ni Weekend, Oshe Michif Nia. So today I stand before you to honor the memory and legacy of Joyce Echaquan, a courageous Indigenous woman whose life has left a spark that we honor today. Joyce Echaquan's story is a tale of her life as a loving mother, wife, and community member. It is also a powerful story of the profound impact that nurses can have on the lives of their patients. Joyce Echaquan was a devoted mother of 7, an Indigenous woman of the Atikamekw Nation. She sought care and compassion during her time of need, as many of us would do when we are faced with illness. Instead of care, Joyce received racism, discrimination, and neglect, which ultimately led to her tragic passing 3 years ago today. Joyce's heartbreaking plea for help and dignity echoed across the country. But today, as we remember Joyce Echaquan, we do not focus solely on the painful circumstances of her death. Instead, we honor her memory by recognizing her courage and strength while acknowledging her tragic passing at the hands of the nursing profession. Her story compels us to reflect on the fundamental principles that underpin this profession: empathy, advocacy, cultural safety, and the commitment to the well-being of our patients. As nursing students, you are embarking on a journey that is both challenging and profoundly rewarding. You are training to become the empathetic healers and advocates for your patients, just as Joyce Echaquan deserved in her time of need. Your role goes far beyond administering medications and providing treatments. It encompasses understanding of the role of systemic racism in our healthcare institutions, practicing cultural safety and humility, and standing up against discrimination and injustice. In honoring Joyce Echaquan today, we also acknowledge the need for systemic change within healthcare. Her tragic experience serves as a stark reminder that we must continue to advocate for reforms and promote equitable access without any discrimination to all social and health services, as well as the right to enjoy the best possible physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. To honor and respect Indigenous peoples' traditional and living knowledge in all aspects of health and well-being. As you embark on your nursing careers, remember Joyce Echaquan's courage. Let it be a constant reminder of the importance of your role as healthcare providers and advocates. Be the change agents who champion Joyce's principle, who speak up against injustice, and who work tirelessly to create the healthcare system that treats every individual with the respect and dignity that they deserve. Together, we can ensure that her legacy serves as a catalyst for positive change in healthcare and as an enduring reminder of the transformative power of nursing. Thank you.
Bonjour. Gish go to the in addition to cars, I mean, do them, Ubaka of a Kong, the Doji. In the name, it means heaven man. My clan is the Sturgeon clan. It's one of the oldest teaching clans on the planet. I wasn't allowed to tell you that years ago because some countries were looking for the teachers that taught our tribes. And they would do away with our profession, so to speak. Ojibwe is the tribe I'm from. It derives from the word Ojibwe, which means the pen. We were the scribes. We had writing. We have writing. Our culture is still alive and well today. We've worked hard. Many people, we've come together to work hard. We need one another. This, what we call the tewegun here, the drum, you would call it. There's a couple men on there, and their name is Buna Panasi and Buna Kut. It means winter thunderbird and winter cloud. These men performed the big drum ceremony when it was illegal. They used to do this in Treaty 3 out in Western Ontario. With me, they're not here, they're actually in the car, my mother-in-law and my daughter. My daughter's 3. She's the 7th generation jingle dress dancer. My mother-in-law is the 5th generation. She's also the health director for Nazadikang in Treaty 3, which is why we were going to come and see, but my daughter was still napping in the back seat. But congratulations to you all. You are my future. When I go visit that hospital, it may be one of you or another colleague that I'll look to for care. Maybe not for myself, maybe for one of my kids. So I come here with the drum to honor what you guys are doing. You guys have chosen a profession that is very important. The people that you see, sometimes they will be angry at you. But it's not you they're angry at. They're angry maybe because of the one they love is hurt, is sick. It's not you they're mad at, but they're yelling at you. And you may see this many, many times because you guys are healers. You guys are instruments of healing in our society. We have 7 teachings in the Ojibwe culture. We looked at each one of those. You can Google those now. And each one of those has 7. And then those have 7. A foundation in life is something that we need to stand on when things get hard. This eagle feather, it comes from an immature golden eagle. The black part here represents the dark thunderclouds, and the white part represents the blue sky. It means that in life, troubles come, but they go. But we need a good foundation. That foundation is our parents, grandparents. I was taught to look back at least 4 generations and study those people. That's 30 of them. If you study them, that's you. That's where you're actually from. Those people. Love is mysterious. There's no real definition for love. It's huge. But those people, they loved you. They toiled on earth like us for you. So this song, when we sing this song, it represents the heartbeat of earth, of all living things. My culture encompasses the whole earth. It goes all the way out to the stars of the Milky Way galaxy. We study this in ceremonies like the Sundance, Shaking Tent, Sweat Lodge, Vision Quest. There are more. We have 7. These are some of the practices we seek to understand what this life is about. When I sing this song, I hope you understand that it's to honor your work, how far you've come, the people that have backed you up to get this far. It's for your future when you're facing those hard times in your placement, your workplace. You know that you will persevere in a good way, in your best way. This drum is used to support and nurture and encourage the best way of you. We can't tell anybody what to do in our culture. We can only encourage one another. And that's what these emblems are about, the ones that we use. Today, if you're not speaking your language, if you don't know your culture, in North America, you're practicing mine. You're practicing my culture. If you don't have your culture, if you don't know your customs, where you're from, you're doing mine. We fought in every single war, and we do it again. And we would come here to support you anytime in what you're doing. This is very important. That's why we bring the grandfather drum. Sometimes when I go to get care, in my history, I go there and they say, okay, who are you? Back then it was Aboriginal. Oh, the Aboriginal box. Okay, so you need an extra shot of this. You know, and then I became Indigenous. I think that's even current. Oh, now you need a shot of this, extra shot, because you're Indigenous. You know, and I was like, no, actually don't. I actually do really well with what I work, and I live really well, and I watch what I eat and stuff. I don't need that. I don't have overcrowding. I'm not in a place where there's a boil water advisory, though there are many. So we have to question policy sometimes and have courage in that. Look at the person that you mean to help. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll share this song with you. The first part of the song is a rumbling part. It's telling everything to look at us, of what we are doing, and to remember the ones that got us here and how that was all done. The next part is about crying. It represents a baby's cry. When that baby cries, it's crying for love. It needs to be changed, fed, picked up. And actually, throughout our whole life, we'll always live that way. The ways of crying will become more sophisticated. And we'll go back to that one day, when we're at 90 maybe. And that's called the love song. South, the sun travels south over us. The west, the sun sets in the west. In the north represents the elder. offer that planting gift, an unusual gift is tobacco, called a Cérémonie. It was one of the very first things that we were proud of. Once again, congratulations to you, Miigwech, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Rob and José, for sharing your cultural skills and knowledge and for honoring Joyce Echequan. Now it is my pleasure to call upon Anita Gagnon, Associate Director, Faculty of Medicine and Health Science, and Director of the Ingram School of Nursing, to say a few words.
Thank you, José. And I really want to thank Rob for your wonderful words. That really touched me, and I think it was just felt so authentic. And thank you for that. Yes. And José, I think it was a good way to start to speak about Joyce Echequan. Thank you. So, we as a school have decided that we want to do better in this realm. And it's a commitment that we've made. We made perhaps even a couple, 2-3 years ago. And what we need to do is to reflect on the biases that each of us has and that society has as a whole. I found it easier to think about myself and what biases I have. And sometimes I speak about racism and discrimination as though, it's more out there. But we need to recognize where we're sitting and that we are sitting in a society that is based on colonization. So what we want to do at the school is to move from reflection to action. And we've made that commitment, and we're looking forward to honoring that commitment in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. And it was so nice to see Joe start our proceedings off as the inaugural director of the Office for Social Accountability in Nursing. You see that we are in action, but we have a long way to go, and we want to be doing that together with you. It's really nice to see so many of you in this room, new faces, even though it's a bit difficult with the lights, but I still can see you, and I got to see some of you as I was coming down the steps. Each of you has made an important decision to come to the School of Nursing and to devote yourself to study and the practice of nursing, especially with all you've heard in the last couple of years of what nurses have had to go through during the time, especially the peak time of COVID. At this milestone event, we'll all be reciting an oath together, making a pledge to professionalism in our practice as nurses and future nurses. I want to thank the faculty and staff who've worked hard to coordinate our 9th annual Nursing Professionalism Ceremony. Associate Director and BSCN Program Director, Leah Sanzoni, who has chaired the planning of this ceremony for the past 9 years. Faculty members Annie Chevrier, Georgie Camateros, Joe Lavallée, Catherine Leblanc, Hugo Marchand, and Martina Rembiz. Our Nursing Student Affairs team of Petra Geiser, Shauna Adam, and Montserrat Oshoa Figaro. Our Administrative Manager, Jacqueline Courtney. Our Communications Officer, Hannah Khan. Our School Secretary, Alexander Dordovich, Professor José Bonneau, Associate Director, Education, particularly for her role today as our MC. Other faculty members taking part in the ceremony today, and those of you who are watching via live stream for showing your support and sharing your pride in our students. It was quite nice one year when I found out after this procedure that a mom and dad were sitting in Africa watching us, and we're so proud to see their child receive their PIN. I'd like to also take a moment to thank our special guests who are here with us today, either in person or via video. Dr. Leslie Fellows, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, a great supporter of our school and of interprofessional education. And Rob Spade, an Indigenous cultural advisor for the McGill community. And to Fiona Hanley, our dynamic keynote speaker, who I believe you will be seeing in a video. BSCN, BNI, qualifying year students, together you'll make a pledge as you embark on clinical studies within your educational programs at our School of Nursing. Some of you will be continuing your experience in the clinical settings, and for others, this is all brand new. Whatever the case may be, providing direct care in the clinical settings will change you in a multitude of ways. With each new encounter, as your futures and careers take shape, I hope that you will remember your value and how highly you are regarded. As I mentioned just a few weeks ago at orientation, a 2017 Canada-wide poll cited nurses as the country's most trusted professional. In the 6 years since this poll was taken, as the world confronted the COVID pandemic, society's admiration and respect for nurses increased dramatically. Nurses provide 90% of all healthcare services worldwide. That's an astounding figure. In fact, no other healthcare professional has such a broad and far-reaching role. I want to thank you all for choosing the Ingram School of Nursing, and I wish each and every one of you continued success on your academic journeys. I'd now like to welcome Dean Fellows to say a few words. Merci.
Good afternoon, everyone. Merci, Dr. Gagnon. Let me add my thanks to Rob Spade for the beautiful opening and to José Lavallee for your moving words in honor of Joyce Echequan. It's a pleasure to be here. As some of you may know, I've been dean for about 2 months. It's going pretty well so far. But it gives, of course, one of the jobs of dean is the chance to come to ceremonies like this, and it's definitely the best part of the job. It's really inspiring to be here and to feel the energy from the crowd and the excitement of our learners. So thank you for inviting me and for giving me the chance to be part of your ceremony today. On behalf of McGill and the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, I'm really happy to be here to celebrate this milestone with you. C'est un grand moment et je suis fier de la partager avec vous. I know that you're in different classes, and some of you are going to be going into the clinical world for the first time. Others are upskilling and putting into practice new knowledge. It doesn't really matter where you're at in your training. What you're doing and going to do is really important work. To care for people, to support them, to help heal them. Whatever healing might mean for them at that particular point in their life journey. And all of you will care for individuals from all different walks of life, all different cultures and backgrounds, and we've heard a little bit about that already. And that's, in a way, one of the most fascinating parts of healthcare, at least from my point of view, but also sometimes one of the most challenging. It provides an opportunity to learn from every patient, and it calls on us to question stereotypes and biases that we might hold, as Dr. Gagnon has said. As you consider the physical needs of people in distress of one kind or another, you'll listen to their unique stories, you'll attend to their emotional and their cultural needs, and you'll develop a broad range of clinical skills and competencies. You'll also learn about yourself as a health professional, your own limits, your strengths, and the great responsibility that comes with the important work that you do as a nurse. Quand j'étais moi-même étudiante en médecine et résidente, j'ai eu le privilège de travailler avec des infirmières et infirmiers exceptionnels qui m'ont aidé à développer ma conception du professionnalisme, et je pense à eux aujourd'hui. When I was reflecting on, whether to share an anecdote with you, I actually could think of a lot of nurses who had really helped me to learn what professionalism was in the healthcare setting. I could tell you a lot of stories. Some of them probably I shouldn't tell, but nurses who taught me technical skills and the art of clinical care, who inspired me, who saved me from making mistakes. And fundamentally, it wasn't so much because they cared about me, although I think some of them might have, but because they cared about the patient that we were looking after together. Today I thought I would tell you just one short story that really captures for me the very practical, patient-centered professionalism that I've always especially appreciated in my nursing colleagues. It's also a story that illustrates rather vividly how the care team also includes the patient. And I thought of it because it was actually an experience I had in my family medicine training as a medical student, where I had the chance to go to Inuvik in the Western Arctic for several weeks, and it gave me an exposure to the circumstances of Indigenous peoples in that part of Canada that was itself very very eye-opening. But this particular situation involved a very experienced nurse. As you probably know, often in these more remote settings, they're being looked after by a very experienced nurse, a very inexperienced medical student, that was me, and there are a couple of paramedics who I think they had their driver's license, but maybe they were 16 or 17, I don't know. There was a patient in Tuktoyaktuk, who's right up on the Arctic Ocean, who needed to be evacuated. He had an abdominal wound. He needed to come to the big city of Inuvik, where the hospital was, which has about, a few thousand people in it. He was in a lot of pain, and we were in an ambulance bringing him back, me, this experienced nurse, of course the patient, and these junior drivers in the front. And the nurse was managing his pain with IV morphine injections, and I was overseeing the treatment. I was sitting next to her in the back of the ambulance with the patient. I recall it very vividly still today. We were driving down an ice road. This was like early spring, and you couldn't get between Tuktoyaktuk and Inuvik on any kind of highway at the time anyway. The frozen river was the highway. So you could imagine it was not an easy ride in an ambulance for me, never mind the patient with an abdominal wound. So we were having to give him quite a lot of morphine. We didn't want to give him too much, put him into respiratory arrest, but we didn't want to give him too little and have him suffer unduly. And to add to the problems, we didn't know how far we were from the hospital, because none of us, including the drivers, had been on this ice road going in this direction. So at first it was okay. The nurse was giving morphine, and then she needed to give more and more. The patient was really in distress, and she got worried, and she turned to ask for my advice. And then I got very worried because I didn't have a lot of experience, but I had enough experience to know that if an experienced nurse felt she needed my opinion, we were all in really big trouble. Then the patient kind of woke up. He was sort of, as you can imagine, a little groggy. And we realized that he knew the ice road. He was from there. So we kind of helped him sit up enough to see out the little window on the side of the ambulance so he could tell us how much farther it was to get to Inuvik. And he managed to sit up and look out and give us an idea of how far we were. And once we realized that we were actually quite close, we were able to give him with more confidence more of this medication, knowing that we were almost back at the hospital. So this was obviously an unusual situation. I didn't face other exact circumstances like that in my training. But that sense of teamwork, of everyone bringing what they knew to provide the patient with the best care we could, is something that I've experienced over and over, and that I've particularly valued in interprofessional care over my training and my career. And I guess I take at least 2 lessons from this experience. One is that combination of experience and humility, of having knowledge, but also realizing when you reach the end of your knowledge or you need input or you might benefit from input. And I think that's a really important ingredient to professionalism in the team-based care that we provide these days. Cette combinaison d'expérience et d'humilité. The willingness to ask for help when the situation demanded it, that to me is a kind of professionalism that's actually very impressive, because it's really not about your own ego, not about showing that you do or don't know something. It's wanting to do the best for the patient. And if that means asking a junior medical student for advice, just in case they might have something to add, that's fine. And that natural teamwork, build on that shared professional commitment to do what's best for our patient, to me is really the core of professionalism. And the second lesson is to listen to the patient. Il faut toujours écouter le patient. He knows where he is on his journey, sometimes quite literally. So professionalism to me is that it's as hard as a promise that we make to patients, that we'll meet them where they are without judgment, that we respect them as people who need our help regardless of their backgrounds or situation. And as Rob said, sometimes they're not at their best, and sometimes the interactions are difficult, but that it's our job to do the work of making those go as well as we can. And it's clear to me that it's a responsibility to work on upholding every day. It's not something to take for granted. It needs to keep being practiced and repracticed. And I think that's a particularly important message today during the Indigenous Awareness Weeks. Alors voilà notre mission, notre vocation, servir les patients et la société en équipe avec compassion, humilité et respect. Je vous encourage à prendre le temps de réfléchir à cette responsabilité et à ce qu'elle signifie pour vous. Just as you engage with patients, it's also important that you bring your open, compassionate, respectful mindset to your interactions with each other, with all members of the healthcare team, with your colleagues, your fellow students. They're going to support you as you learn, and they're going to be there to support you as you practice. Les mots que vous utilisez, les gestes que vous posez sont importants. What you say and how you say it are important. Words can hurt, and words can heal. The current healthcare context, as Dr. Gagnon mentioned, has not been necessarily easy for the nursing profession. I am not surprised to hear that nurses are the most trusted profession, nonetheless. But it can be a difficult environment, also a very rewarding environment, and I can't stress enough the importance of supporting each other as nurses, but right across the healthcare team. Ce que nous faisons est un travail d'équipe. Et dans une équipe, on est parfois stressé, fatigué, on n'est pas toujours à son meilleur. Il faut avoir de la compassion envers soi-même et aussi pour les autres. C'est comme ça qu'en équipe, on peut donner d'excellents soins. And our patients are counting on us to do that, are counting on our commitment to work well together, to do our best for them. So you've been thanked for choosing the Ingram School of Nursing. This was a really smart move to choose this school. This is a really awesome school of nursing. I'm telling you this in a very unbiased, and it's actually gone through tremendous growth. The current leadership, faculty, and support staff are doing outstanding work and attracting great students like you. The school teaches, as you know, the strength-based nursing and healthcare philosophy, and it's underpinning a completely revised undergraduate curriculum. And thanks to a generous donation from Mr. Richard Ingram, the school moved into state-of-the-art facilities not so long ago, including the Sakota Shibata clinical learning laboratories that probably you've already had a chance to experience. This is an outstanding environment that befits you, the next generation of outstanding nurses. And it's a great time to be learning here. And for those of you who are learning online, we're glad that we're able to make that reach to be able to support and advance your education wherever you are. So as you celebrate this milestone and prepare for your upcoming clinical experiences, remember that as a McGill student, you came already equipped with a level of excellence and potential and a desire to strive towards the highest levels of professionalism in the delivery of care. That's why you're here, and I am sure that you have what it takes to do that really well. Vous avez tout ce qu'il faut pour réussir. Alors, c'est donc avec grand plaisir que je vous accueille dans cette prochaine phase de votre parcours au sein du réseau de McGill. Je vous souhaite beaucoup de succès. Félicitations à toutes et à tous. Congratulations to you all, and good luck.
Thank you, Dean Fellows, for your inspiring words and for sharing your personal anecdote with us. So the increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events that we have witnessed this past year have added to the growing anxiety of many about what the future might hold. Wildfires here in Canada and around the world, extreme heat waves, hurricanes, and floods are already having profound but unequal impacts on our physical and our mental health. Our keynote speaker, Fiona Hanley, is working hard to address this crisis in innovative, timely ways. Ms. Hanley is a faculty lecturer at our school, an advisor to McGill Nurses for Planetary Health, a founding member of the Canadian Association of Nurses for the Environment, and Fiona was also a recipient of the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal in 2012, and in 2021, she was named a Fellow of the Canadian Academy of Nursing. Ms. Hanley is passionate about the environment and convinced that nurses have a key role to play in helping society learn to adapt to the dizzying pace and dramatic effects of climate change, and also creating a sustainable, desirable future. Although she was unable to join us in person today, we are fortunate that she had recorded her talk, so please turn your attention to the screen for Professor Fiona's words.
Hello everyone. Thank you for this kind introduction, Jose, and thank you to all who are here both in person and online. It's a real privilege and a pleasure to have this opportunity to speak with you about planetary health on this very important day. I'm just very sorry that COVID is preventing me from joining you in person. As Jose mentioned, this year has seen a litany of dramatic climate events both here in Canada and around the world, adding another layer onto record-setting events of recent years. New words like atmospheric river, bomb cyclones, polar vortex, mega drought, firenado have been entering into our vocabulary to try to capture some of the impacts of these increasingly frequent events. I know that many of you are worried about this. Many young people are asking what kind of future awaits them in the face of the human-driven triple impacts of climate change, loss of biodiversity and pollution, and that these pose particular challenges for health professionals now and in the future as we see the rising burden of mental and physical impacts across populations. I'm going to talk about a new concept of planetary health, one that you might not have heard about and that might even sound a little bit mystical. But please stay with me, and I will try to explain the concept of this very important scientific field, how this relates to your studies, why and how you can get involved from the start of your experience at McGill. Earlier this summer, fierce wildfires tore murderous trails through forest and overwhelmed communities in several continents, destroying homes and livelihoods, ravaging ecosystems, displacing populations, and bringing thick, pungent smoke that spread many miles away. We all remember the grey haze of early summer and those images of thick yellow air in New York from out-of-control forest fires in Canada facing the worst wildfire season on record. Other areas of the world experienced terrible floods, with the ongoing crisis in Libya resulting from the severe rains of Storm Daniel, combined with conflict, human error, and political instability. Record-setting heat hit many parts of the world, with the July global surface temperatures beating records of the 9 previous years. The combination El Niño and global warming has led to unprecedented average sea surface temperatures. The sea has a fever, as a NASA Earth Observatory headline poignantly states. These events are only the latest manifestations of the disruption to the Earth's ecosystems caused by human activities, principally burning fossil fuels for energy, transport, industrialized agriculture, and consumer goods. Our ability to harvest the Earth's resources has brought multiple but unequal benefits to human health and well-being. These changes have come at a cost, affecting planetary biological, chemical, and physical functioning to the point where they are approaching or have surpassed planetary capacity. reaching towards a kind of multi-system breakdown that needs a collaborative community and shared effort to create the type of future that will sustain and support human and ecosystem health. These rapid environmental changes are impacting every dimension of human health, especially to populations who face disproportionate risks due to a wide range of social, economic, historical, geographical, and political factors. Canada's First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples, for example, are at higher risk from impacts of climate change due to the ongoing legacy of colonialization, poverty, discrimination, marginalization, and because many live in geographic areas subject to rapid climate change or environmental degradation. So I invite you to learn about the new field of planetary health as a pathway of reconnecting with our wounded Earth, finding a way to put aside or harness our fears to engage in this movement that has opened the eyes of the health community to the exquisite and intricate interconnections between human health and the environment. Planetary health is an evolving movement, a scientific field and worldview informed by Indigenous knowledges and long-held understandings of the interconnectedness of people with nature, other species, and the Earth. It is a field of transdisciplinary and solutions-finding study, research, and practice, and a transformative way of thinking founded in the imperative that we must respect and preserve the health and well-being of the natural world, including its living and non-living systems, if we hope to sustain and improve human health and well-being. It requires that we reject the oppressive and exploitative ways of being that have led us to this global crisis, towards one that embraces the need for equity, environmental justice, and the restoration of harms inflicted on people, nature, and ecosystems. The origins of planetary health lie in multiple streams of environmental and holistic health movements, and the deepening recognition and increasing sense of urgency amongst health professionals and healthcare organizations of the interdependence of humans and ecosystems, and the fragility of life that is threatened by accelerating changes, but also of our dependence on clean water, clean air, green and blue spaces for thriving, for restoration, happiness, and well-being. All of you nursing students have the good fortune to be starting on a new journey here at the Ingram School of Nursing, whose foundation is in strength-based nursing and healthcare, SBNH, a philosophy and value-driven approach that will guide you in your studies, but also hopefully through your future careers, whatever they may be. Its aims of transforming the healthcare system through humanized, knowledgeable, and compassionate care have many parallels with planetary health and planetary health nursing. Just as SBNH helps us to focus on what we can do, what resources we can help our patients and families build on in coping with their health challenges, so planetary health guides us in widening our focus, not ignoring the difficulties or challenges, but seeing the strengths we can build on in the collective efforts to address them, not what is wrong, but what is right, to quote some of the central tenets. Strength-based nursing has 8 core values, each of which can help nurses to engage in planetary health. These values are interwoven and important in different ways. In thinking about environment and planetary health, I'm going to look just at 3 in the interest of time. The value person and environment are integral, recognizes that humans are part of the natural world and that health is influenced by the state of the environment and relationship with others, living and non-living beings. Collaborative partnership is about working together with patients, families, communities, and other health professionals to achieve shared goals, collaborating with other sectors and disciplines to address the complex and interrelated challenges of planetary health. Planetary health is anchored in the open-minded sharing of knowing and experience across disciplines and fields of endeavor, that in breaking down silos, working together, we harness creativity and resourcefulness. Self-determination recognizes the right of people to choose and act according to their wishes, supporting patients and families to make informed decisions and shape their own care and health goals. We know that climate and environmental impacts are more severe in individuals and communities who have contributed the least to the problems, including Indigenous and marginalized communities in Canada, and intersects with social systems, privileges, and historical and current injustices. This value offers the opportunity to understand that the autonomy of Indigenous peoples globally has been severely compromised by devastating impacts of climate and environmental disruption in their communities and ongoing assaults on their territories, but that Indigenous self-determination and knowledge systems are key to preparing for and adapting to climate change. Health and healing is about becoming whole by developing strengths required for coping, growth, and thriving. Planetary health is also about repairing, renewing, and restoring functioning and recognizing that humans only thrive when all animal and plant systems thrive. And what can you do? We can think about the strengths you have already shown in getting to this moment today, embarking on this new direction in your studies and career, the determination, courage, hard work, persistence, organization, and no doubt sacrifices that you have had to make up to this point. The rich diversity you bring of origins and experiences, the collective power of all of you to bring change, to care for patients and communities, and support the accelerating movement for planetary health. There is an ever-increasing body of tools and resources to help guide us in knowing what to do. Our Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences is a signatory to the Academic Health Institution's Declaration on Planetary Health, calling for immediate implementation of planetary health education and research, and offering a clear roadmap and action plan on how to do so. Today you will be making a very important oath. The Planetary Health Declaration also urges faculty, staff, and students to take the Planetary Health Pledge, placing efforts towards a healthy planet as integral to the duty of care. The Planetary Health Report Card is a student-driven assessment tool that evaluates planetary health strengths and opportunities in an increasing number of schools of health sciences, including McGill. This past June saw the launch of the Planetary Health Toolkit for Nurses, a collaborative project between the Canadian Association of Nurses for the Environment and the Canadian Federation of Nurses Unions, offering practical guidance to hospital-based nurses on addressing climate change and planetary health in clinical practice, direct patient care at the unit or hospital-wide level. And here at the ISON, we have the very committed McGill Nurses for Planetary Health, a powerful coalition of students, staff, and faculty advocating for climate and social justice action through multiple initiatives, hosting events, working to obtain the McGill Sustainability Certificate, collaborating with other student groups and faculties to urge fossil fuel divestment at the board level, to say nothing of the BP Sustainability and Planetary Health reps in both undergrad and graduate student councils. We are facing a global crisis that threatens the health and well-being of all living beings on this planet. Climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution, pandemics, and social injustice are all interconnected. We need change now. As future SNBH nurses, you have the power and responsibility to make a difference in the health of people and the planet. All action starts with an embodiment of the reality, accepting and absorbing the challenges that climate and ecosystem deterioration poses, but also in beginning to recognize the multiple opportunities to take action in daily life as individuals, health experts, and stakeholders in a healthy future. In starting to take action, you will find that you are not alone, but are joining with a vast and growing community around the world. Planetary health is the foundation of our future well-being, dignity, and our humanity, the legacy that we leave for generations to come, and the mission that we can embrace as nurses. Thank you for your attention and your commitment. I invite you to continue this conversation. Together we can make planetary health engagement a priority and reality at the Ingram School of Nursing and beyond. Thank you. Merci.
So Fiona, I know that you are watching this ceremony via live stream, and I want to assure you that we have taken your message to heart. Thank you for sharing your inspiring words and for providing us with a roadmap for the way forward. So in just a few minutes, we will begin the pinning portion of this ceremony. So throughout your time with us at the Ingram School of Nursing, your name tag will clearly identify you as a McGill student, and we hope that you will wear it with pride. Each of you should have an envelope with 2 McGill Nursing name tags. So please remove just one of them. And after pinning yourselves, you will be called up individually to the stage and then to the photography station, where our photographer will take your picture. You will then return to your seat. Out of respect for your fellow students, if you could please proceed quietly, that would be perfect. And I just want to mention that we will be starting with the qualifying year students. We will be then following with the BSCN students. And for those of the BSCN students who did not get a seat when they arrived, do not worry, we will call your names at the end. And once we're done with the BSCN students, we'll move on to the BNI on campus and then the online. Right? Thank you.
BNI online, I have one more. SV.
S?
Looks to me like an S. I don't know. You're guessing. Swadak Abasi Amana. Or is it just a V?
You're not calling them out? Hello, everyone. Can I get everybody's attention? Thank you. So as we begin with the qualifying year, I'd like to call up our first student, Lori Afria. Anaïs Charbonneau-Potret. Nicolas Côté. Caroline Hébert. Lara Humès Doucet. Isabella Latanzio. Jordan Leithman. Alexis Lemonde Vachon. Amanda McPhee. Talia Myers. Jessica Nichols. Sadeh Robert Hossein. Keisha San Andres. Olivia Sortino. Yulen Shen. Cassandra Saint-Roche. Rebecca Stewart. Claire Van Bolt.
Ready? Yeah. Alexia Abinader. Christelle Atas. Claire-Lise Ossep. Gabrielle Avon. Théa Azi. Maria Bob. Fateme Bamani. Flavia Banyu. Alex Bilodeau. Romy Boivin-Ménard. Lee-Anne Bougie. Sophie Boujol. Jingswan Cao. Laurence Carrière. Salwa Chalati. Michael Champagne-Giamos. Oriane Chan.
Evangeline Chan. Sumaya Shalabi. Florence Chrétien. Hugo Corrado Montimayor. Danashka Dessin. Deborah Dominique. Jasmine Duke. Yasmina Faki. Marie Febro. Joanna Fuad. Maria Elisa Gary Morel. Sara Alba Gonzalez Pepe. Jiwoo An. Mathilde Eli. Evelyn Uamen. Selina Wan. Jean-Christophe Imbo. Dominique Yurchenko. Yo Ri Chang. Lynn Joseph.
Et Kim. Justine Laferrière. Nanar Lajoyan Lakuyan. Megan Lamontagne. Myriam Lapierre. Mia Larivière. Karel Lebrun-Morin. Tiffany Leclerc. Maya Lelièvre. Melody Lewis. Kelly Lore. Chloe Liu. Emily Mangio. Karim Maouche. Mathieu Capucine. Capucine Mathieu, excuse-moi. Celia Mezziani. Stéphanie Michel. You don't get your spot anymore. Diana Mocano. Victoria Morris. Zoe Morinville.
Leila Nashat. Jala Oshar. Sue Park. Dina Patsilivas. Shalini Parampalam. Leah Pereira. Audrey Fan. Alessandro Piccone. Serena Priotesco Navarro. Lola Rambert. Alexia Rano. Mia Roy. Paulina Ruvalcaba. Eva Safsafi. Tina Sananakion. Tiara Say. Jenna Sirignano. David Sun. Hashini Supaya. Maria Sushko.
Marine Tanvir. Charlize Onday. Allison Vogel Mardinger. Daisy Zhu. Dylan Yakupin. Erica Jillian Yadao. Aviva Zhao. All these names are coming in. Yeah. I have the
Yes?
What?
Okay, we'll call them.
Okay. Allison Chow. Where is she? Oh, there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, right. Allison? Okay. Francis Hansen. Bella Mae McNutty. Danielle Ning, sorry. Clara Thomas. Christina Shilito. Eleanor Vignola. Cassidy Zhu. Kat Nikolova. Andrea Lian. Jody Huang. Alex Dayback.
Kaylin Blentley. And Lily Rose Poitras.
In this one, I'm also saying stuff, right?
You are.
Elias thinks she's not.
It's F. She is.
Tell
She's
Leah
the
that she
third.
needs to come up here.
On campus. On campus.
She coming? She's coming. Ready? Can I start?
It's on campus, on campus. Okay. I'm after who? In command.
Yeah. So I'm going to be calling the names of BNI on campus students, starting with Mila Ablasu. Pascal Abosamra. Nora Abraham. Fiona Akimana. Adrian Alfonso. Oprah Amazing. Margot Andrian. Erica Atkinson. Nadia Atui. Sabrina Balasone. Camille Bastien. Lucie Beauregard. Stéphanie Beauregard. Nora Bela, Rua Belatra,
Angélique Bélec, Emmanuela Benoît, Amanda Benzikri, Amanda Berry, Amina Bessadeh, Akina Bile, Emma Bilodeau, Pascal Biron, Jeanne Blackburn, Ève Bousquet, Farah Bouzidi, Emma Brun, Kimberly Brunel, Juliana Bukovac, Sophie Carmel, Anna Chahal, Élodie Chamberlain, Juliette Champagne-Martel, Katerina Chaponova,
Sydney Scholes. What's her name? Annie Chevrier? Annie? Amélie Chevrier. Her name's not here. Is that Jacqueline? We're back on track. Jacqueline Chow. Christy Chung. Tahi Chung. Jennifer Clark. Shaela Fritzlin Kolo. Catherine Danzel. Kim Dow. Carla Dautrouche. Melissa Deray. Kenza Darkawi. Bryn Desparois. Samuel Di Nicol Antonio. Stephanie Donici. Emma Dawson McKenna. Eve Dubuc. Tia Namali S. Vara Morotti. Alexis Ercheviria Picot. Nezrin El Hila.
Nora Elethi. Charlotte Farley. Martina Fazio. Alexandra Forrescull. Oh, not here. Katia Fogilia. Ashley Marie Foster. Olivia Fringon. Cynthia Fumo. Shajarji Ganesh. Antonella Gata. Loïc Gelenas. Ariane Jeffrion. Oh. Alessandra Giannone. Romy Gerard. Ariane Gernier. Kiara Guerrero. Gabrielle Guimont. Zara Gustave. Anosha Ibrahim. Zenab Ilbudo.
Ariana Iodice. Mariam Jafal. James Jimenez. Sarah Jodoin. Hannah Johnston. Darshaini Kartijesar. Patil Kasabian. Priska Kendo Pindi. Miriam Kanafer. Lucia Labade. Maïka Lacroix Moreau, Brittany Laflamme, Frédéric Laflamme, Audrey Leblanc, Corinne Leblanc, Christine Lee, Ji-Han Lee, Jessica Legault, Ella Lee Fren, Kayla Long,
Amina Lee, Nakesha Maitre, Elisabeth Marchand, Julia Martin, Alicia McGoey,
And the dog? What's the dog's name? And Rosie.
and Rose.
All right, whenever you're ready, my dear. It's okay, sweetie. I'm gonna take a picture.
Corinne Mercure, Adela Minlianova, Allison Moore, Émilie Moret Nukumizu, Valentina Morales C. Espinosa, Catherine Moreau, Rachel Miara, Marguerite Nemgon, Sarah Ho, Kim Willett, Giuseppe Penata, Kana Fong, Alicia Pierantosi Gilander, Liane Antonia Pittman, Eve-Marie Poulain.
Alessia Pradella, Sarah Maud Prou, Mylène Poutet, Laura Reed, Samantha Retino, Caterina Rodaros, Eleanor Roy Blanchette, Shakira Samdi, Marissa Santillan, Tara Scotcher, Guernida Grace Secretario Amancio, Anne-Sophie Selme, Ashley Semana, Julia Shannon, Christina Simon, Faisha Simos, Charlotte Sinor, Claudie Sokolowski, Ève Saint-Louis, Maïtzi Saint-Louis Ventura,
Marilou Tang Turcotte, Alexia Tarnowski, Rebecca Tarta, Emma Touchette, Janice Shingala, Sandra Gypsnop Newtstop, Alessandra Vanet, Niama Verdier, Chloe Vincent O'Brien, Diana Volpe, Haley Wildenman, Elsie Williams, Maya Wilson, Elizabeth Woolhouse, Dinah Zambo Lotin, Juan Jean, Soundus Zurki,
BNI Online. What is your name? Christine? The BNI Online? Christine Abilon? What is her name? Amana Sudvak Abasi. Are there any more BNI online students who are here with us today? We have one more, Emilie Petit. I will now ask everyone to please turn your attention to the screen where you will see photos of our BNI online students who are not here with us today, who are participating in today's ceremony via Zoom.
Well, that was picture perfect. So we have saved the best for last. There is one more step left before we can officially welcome you to the nursing profession. The recitation of the oath, which we will say aloud together. This oath is a sacred promise that guides our behavior and affirms our commitment to this incredibly meaningful and rewarding profession. This particular oath is even more special because it was written by and for Ingram School of Nursing students. You will find the oath in English and French on page 1 and 2 of the program booklet. And faculty members are also invited and encouraged to join in the recitation as they reaffirm their own commitments to the profession and society. I would like to call upon Noémie Rancourt, President of the Nursing Undergraduate Society, who will lead us in reciting the oath in French, and Camilo Sierra, President of the Nursing Graduate Student Association, who will lead us in the English recitation.
Donc, si vous voulez bien vous lever, on va lire à la page 1 de la brochure. À l'aube de mon parcours comme étudiante à l'École des sciences infirmières Ingram, je m'engage solennellement au service de l'humanité. J'aspire à pratiquer ma profession au plus haut de ma conscience et avec dignité. Je m'engage à promouvoir la santé en utilisant une approche en amont pour tous, par le biais des soins holistiques pour les individus, les familles, les communautés et les environnements, tout en respectant les plus hautes normes de la pratique fondée sur des données probantes. J'aspire à incarner l'art infirmier en reconnaissant les forces de chacun et en agissant avec présence, compassion, sagesse, attention et ouverture d'esprit. Je m'engage à collaborer avec mes collègues de toutes les professions et à approfondir mes connaissances scientifiques et mon savoir infirmier, Tout au long de ma carrière, j'exercerai mon leadership afin de contribuer au développement de ma noble profession. Je fais cette promesse sur mon honneur et en toute liberté, alors que j'entreprends ma profession avec enthousiasme et fierté. Merci.
Now in English, as I begin my journey as a student at the Ingram School of Nursing, I solemnly pledge myself to the service of humanity. I will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and dignity. I will promote health by considering an upstream approach for all through the holistic care of individuals, families, communities, and environments, while upholding the highest standards of evidence-informed practice. I will strive to embody the art of nursing by recognizing strengths, acting by compassion, wisdom, openness, and presence. I will commit to interdisciplinary collaboration and lifelong learning, building on my foundation of science taking a leadership role to advance the development of my noble profession. I make these promises freely and upon my honor as I embark on my profession with enthusiasm and pride.
Thank you very much, Naomi and Camilo. All right, then. In closing remarks, I think you should all give yourselves a round of applause. So this concludes our ceremony for today. I would like to thank Rob Spade for his opening, the organizing committee who worked for months to put this event together, our speakers, our program directors and assistant program directors, and everyone who has joined us via live stream. Most of all, congratulations to our students for making the commitment to the nursing profession. We wish you continued success on your educational journeys. Please join us in the lobby just outside the theater for refreshments. Thank you.